and welcome to my YouTube video where I talk about machine embroidery, garment decoration and running a small business from home. So if you're interested in that kind of content, you might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel because you might find the videos helpful for yourself. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make money off a single needle embroidery machine. But before I get into that, I just want to sort of apologise for being a little bit sporadic lately with my content. I've been developing a different kind of project and it's been taking up a lot of my time. I am growing my labour force. Baby Slater is due in middle of October, and to be honest, that's all I wanted to do lately is nap. Filming videos have been the last thing on my mind on top of everything else with the business and making content and that sort of thing. So this is the reason why I've been quiet, but everything's going fine. And yeah, that is happening in October. So in the meantime, we're getting the house ready and everything, but that is a topic for a different video. But not to worry, this isn't going to become a baby channel. Our focus will always be machine embroidery. So on that note, let's get into the video. I've made a lot of videos already about the tools you need to start machine embroidery. So this video is sort of assuming you already have some knowledge about the machine embroidery process. If you don't, not to worry, I have plenty of videos about how to start machine embroidery on my YouTube channel, and I'll leave the links to those down in the description below. But this video does assume you have a little bit of understanding on the topic. And so the focus is going to be how to now make money off the project you're making off your single needle hobbyist embroidery machine. Over 8 years, my business has now grown to using several multi-needle industrial machines, but I did start with something that looked an awful lot like this. This is the POOLIN EOC05 embroidery machine. The company POOLIN reached out to me and they did send me this product for free to review. I've already made 2 videos, one demonstrating the product, one reviewing the product. I'll leave the links to those in the description as well, so you can check those out if you like. And those videos are very beginner focused on how to start machine embroidery using the POOLIN embroidery machine. I'll also have the link to this machine down in the description as well if you'd like to find out more information about this product. I'm very passionate about machine embroidery, as everybody knows. I absolutely love it. You can make lots of really cool, beautiful projects on embroidery machines, but these sort of things do tend to take a little bit of time. And if you start thinking about it from an economic point of view, the mistake I made when I first started was trying to create these really fancy, elaborate, almost showstopper projects to be very attention grabbing and attract customers. And while they were really cool to make, they weren't really efficient to make. And that slowed down my profit making. Single needle embroidery machines are slow, it's just a fact. Every time you want to change colours, you have to physically swap the thread on your embroidery machine, and also they generally run at slower stitch speeds than multi-needle embroidery machines. So the projects that you want to make will take longer to make because of these 2 factors. However, it can be unrealistic to assume you're going to invest in a multi-needle machine if you are just starting out on your machine embroidery journey, as multi-needle machines do generally cost a lot of money. I mean, all embroidery machines represent a significant investment. I believe this particular POOLIN embroidery machine costs around about the £500 mark to buy, in comparison to a multi-needle machine which can cost upwards of £5,000 or £6,000 depending on the machine you look at. So realistically, multi-needle embroidery machines are out of budget for a lot of beginners, and if you are serious about starting embroidery as a hobby or a business, you're going to be looking at a machine that looks more like this. And then because of the limitations I mentioned earlier, such as having to swap the thread every time you want to change colour and the slower speeds, to make a profit out of a single needle embroidery machine, you want to tailor your projects so that they are as efficiently made on your single needle embroidery machine as possible. So instead of bursting onto the scene with complex showstoppers, focus on making simple, quick projects that don't require you to keep a lot of stock, and projects that only include one colour or a small amount of colour changes. I know that might sound a little bit boring to begin with, but it's all about doing things in phases and making as much money as quickly as possible. And having that mindset should hopefully help you build that profit more quickly. So why focus on quick projects? The short answer is time is money. The faster you can make your product, the more you can make in a day, the more you have to sell. I started with embroidery patches to begin with. I know this is a slightly bad example because this has got loads of colours in it and complex design and everything, and this would take a long time to sew out on that machine. But the reason why I started with embroidery patches is because it didn't require me to keep a lot of stock. And when building a brand from scratch, I didn't want to be saddled with a lot of stock that I couldn't shift. Particularly being a home business, storage is a big issue, and I liked patches because they didn't take up a lot of space. Much is a similar case with one-sized items such as beanie hats and tote bags. In fact, I'll show you how I store my patches. I actually think this system is genius because it's transparent. You can see inside the little pockets, you can see exactly what patch is kept where. I could even label these if I wanted to. And this is just hanging on the back of a door of my shoe cupboard. It can be closed away out of sight. I got this from Amazon. I haven't got the link for it anymore. I did try and find it, but I couldn't find it for the video. I think maybe Jordan ordered it for me or something instead on Prime. But all it is a shoe storage system, I think it's called, or like shoe pockets, hanging pockets. And it's really good quality. I don't think it cost me very much. I've had it for years and it's capable of holding like absolutely loads of patches for me. And yeah, this is how I store my patches, and you can see it doesn't take up a lot of room at all. To begin with, I also avoided things that involved a lot of upfront cost or required me to keep stock in multiple sizes, such as hoodies or t-shirts. I understand that these products come with bigger profit margins, but at the time I started my business, I was still living in my parents' house, and I was really trying to keep everything in my bedroom, so I just didn't have the space for all of these garments. My thinking behind it was like you could get like the popular sizes, like the mediums and the larges, which could sell well, but then you might be stuck with like 3 small hoodies that don't shift for months, and it's just sort of sitting around, it's dead money. Taking up a lot of space, and things like patches were just generally cheaper to make. You didn't have to like invest in the cost of buying the hoodie as well. You could just make these out of threads and a little bit of fabric. I know I've already brought it up, but changing colours on a single needle embroidery machine also slows down production. I understand that perhaps using just one colour might make you think that your projects look basic, but what I'm trying to convey is the idea of this machine, if you're serious about a machine embroidery business, a single needle embroidery machine is a stepping stone to your next machine. And all your projects should be looked at critically in terms of how to maximize your profit to achieve that goal of buying the multi-needle embroidery machine as quickly as possible. So once you've perfected a few projects with decent profit margins, it's time to start looking at where to sell these projects. There are 2 avenues you can go down. Either selling online, which I personally think is the easiest route to get started down, or you can sell in person at shows such as craft fairs. Try to focus on one or the other, and the reason I say this is because I did try to do both. Back when I owned just one single needle embroidery machine. I had my online Etsy shop, and I also enrolled in every local craft market I could find, with an aim of maybe doing like one every 2 weeks or more. And meeting the demands of both sales avenues was very tricky. If you want to sell at craft fairs, it requires a decent amount of stock because you have to physically take your products to these events to sell to people who come up to your table. And what I was finding was I was making patches, like say I'd make 5 patches as stock for the craft fair, and then I'd potentially sell 3 out of the 5 patches online. Those 3 patches would be shipped out to customers, and then I'd only be left with 2 patches to take to the craft fair. So that's why I'd say it's probably better to focus on one or the other, because you might find you're working kind of like against yourself, if that's the right way of saying it. Because both avenues are very lucrative options. I'd say online is probably the easiest place to get started. Once you've got your product photos and your ironclad product descriptions, it's time to start uploading. I like to use Etsy because it promotes the product for me. I also have my own website, but I find the majority of my sales and traffic does come through Etsy because they do pay to advertise your products elsewhere, and they kind of put your product in front of an audience. Whereas if you focus on your own website, you are doing all of that promotion yourself, and it is very taxing, very tricky, particularly when you're just starting out and like sort of building your audience. If you're not getting that kind of traction on your website that you want, it can be quite disheartening. Also, for anyone who is a capable social media user, platforms such as TikTok Shop, Facebook Marketplace. I know people who successfully run their businesses through Instagram, taking orders via DM. They're all viable locations to sell your product, but full disclosure, social media is not my bag. I find it quite difficult to market myself and promote myself through my social media channels. I do try. I think everyone tries, but I personally find it very hard, which is why I prefer sites like Etsy, and also at one point I used eBay quite a bit. They do take a larger percentage of your sales profit, but they're doing all the legwork for you, like they putting your product in front of an audience. But if you do have that knack for social media and selling through social media platforms, I know lots of people who do it that way, and they are very successful from doing it, and they also kind of avoiding those fees that like Etsy and similar websites have. A drawback I find with craft markets though is that they can sometimes, you'll be waiting maybe 2 weeks or even a few months between events, and if you're not selling online as well, you might have no income between these shows. But that being said, at a good craft market that has been marketed well by the organizer and is well attended, I mean, obviously you don't know who's going to turn up on the day, but let's just say it is the perfect day. At a craft market, you could be taking anywhere between a good few £100 to a couple of £1,000. So there are good opportunities to earn money quick. In fact, I think I've mentioned in a previous video, the reason why I could afford to buy my machines as quickly as I did was because of craft fairs and Comic-Cons, because you had that big influx of money coming to you within like 1 or 2 days of work. I mean, obviously you've got all the prep building up to it, but physically you are there selling for 1 or 2 days, and you can come away with like a decent profit. And obviously the quicker you build your funds, the quicker you put that deposit down on that multi-needle embroidery machine, which means the quicker you can make products, the more you can sell at more shows, sell more online, and explore different product and business avenues. You can introduce all of your fabulous show-stopping designs if you've got the facilities to produce these designs more quickly. So you can definitely earn a profit off a single needle embroidery machine, but I think, like, from my own experience, realistically that profit came a lot slower compared to how quickly I can produce items and products on my multi-needle embroidery machines. But obviously everyone has to start somewhere. And if your products are desirable and people are purchasing them regularly, you'll find the funds for a multi-needle, or the deposit for a multi-needle, will come quite quickly. So I hope that's kind of reassured you in a way that you can use your single needle embroidery machine to build funds, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to see more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you enjoyed this video and made it to the end, give it a thumbs up. As always, if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like to see in a future video, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye bye.